Hello, IK again. Welcome to Set Show Edit Form. Set Show Edit Form is one of dependency for Open Update Form. Uh, we can look it in post excerpt on post list, post excerpt. Look at here post excerpt. This is show edit form must be true, and the update ID must be equal some existing post ID. 1 and 1, it is end logic, 1 and 1, and would happen this. It is to dependency, and it must be satisfied to be visible update post. And when that happened, we have re-rendered PostScript. Look at here, PostScript. Here is a show edit form, variable update ID. It is to state. Owner of that to state is post excerpt. But we must see something very, very important. That show edit form and update ID are like some flags. What must be one, what be true or false. But here is very, very important. It is props. It is props. And that post in object post coming from a parent post list and array post coming in a post list from global state post, from object post. It means that post list is subscribed to global state. And from global state, post list receives changes of global state is immediately reflected in post list. And post list don't have open state post list. Let's get up post excerpt post list. Post list, there is a state post, status, and error, but it is not even so we declare it here, but we declare only variable that is connected by a user selector to global state. And concretely, this post status and error will be changed globally in global object post. And here it would be only reflection. It would be only immediately reflects, immediately value, immediately changes here. It would be, and post list is subscribed to global state. And that global state here is we create a variable, and that variable is not owned by a post. Okay, that variable is owned by post list, but that variable would not be changed in post list. It is important. Not will be changed in post list. That variable depends about global state post and global changes. All changes go through dispatch tank function and tank functions and pending type, fulfill type action, and that action changes in reducer, in Redux, changes global state. And that changes immediately is visible here. Constant post and etc. And without uh, 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 but post excerpt, post excerpt, post excerpt here, received post from post list. It is props. Uh, it coming from parents, and it would be changed in component parent components, and post excerpt that props is important for post excerpt, and that post by post, that changes in post uh, will impact re-render of post excerpt, because we have not re-render post excerpt if there is no changes in post array, in post list. It means when tank dispatch pending type, there is nothing, there is no action payload, there is no news in post array, and that re-rendering post list is don't touch, don't activate re-rendering post excerpt. Only dispatch fulfilled type I action. That fulfilled type action changes post in post list. Then must be changed post excerpt, of course, before then post list. But I said again before, it is some rule that child must be re-rendered before parents. But it is true. But actually, the data must fulfilled type of action must filled with the new post list, and after that we have a new data, new post for post export excerpt, and post excerpt will be changed, and it would be a final and it will be final process of finished re-rendering of post list. Post excerpt. Okay, and now show edit form and update ID is state of post excerpt. It is return of user state. It is the structured assignment of user state. Show edit form is false. Initial value and user state is empty. But for me is interesting, and both of them, when we click update button, we must be we changed update ID in some number, and edit show edit form we change from false to true, and both this is satisfied, this condition is satisfied, and we have a visible update post. And in that update must go post, like props. Update post is a child of post excerpt. It is grandchild of post list. And that post would be visible in update post form. It is post what we want to edit. And set show edit form would be pass as a reference that this is a reference set show edit for. It is a reference value, and here is props. Props equal reference of set show edit form. It passed like reference, set show edit form, passed like reference by props to update post form. And that set show edit form, when we update button in update post form, that set show edit form will go to false again. And it is the reason that we have invisible update post form. It is a reason that must be re-rendered post excerpt. Okay, let's see that button of update post. Here it is. When we click on button update, on update post click handler, event handler is activate, and we have dispatch update post with edited value, title and content, and here is a post ID of concretely post what we edit. It is dispatch, but there is no await here. It means dispatch activate asynchron, activate tank function, dispatch tank function. Tank function will there is in wrap is wrap asynchron request. Okay, start process asynchron process, but set show edit for immediately after dispatch update post immediately execute also, because we know that asynchron process don't block the continuous of execution. And here is an excellent example where processing go on before dispatch update post finished. And dispatch update post go to asynchron, set show edit form go like synchronize ahead, and we change set show edit form to false before update post tank send pending type of action and before fulfilled type of action. And it is possible. And show edit form, when changes, immediately it must be produce re-rendering post excerpt. But it is not case because we don't need it. We don't need it. Set show edit form will turn off visibility, but it means would be re-rendering. But re-rendering of post excerpt will not be here in this moment. Set show edit form waiting in batch file, waiting a moment for when fulfilled would finish. And fulfilled, it is new post, edited, updated post in fulfilled type of action. And that moment we have set show edit form false, we have fulfilled action finished, and that moment we have re-rendered post excerpt. Set show edit form waiting that update post dispatch pending type of action. It is nothing. It is waiting for fulfilled. And after that fulfilled type of action. And we see that. And when fulfilled happen, fulfilled, when tanks dispatch fulfilled type of action, at that moment we have a reason for re-rendering post-excerpt, but we're waiting with set show edit for that moment. And together, a new post, updated post that fulfill type of action and the set show edit form together have only one re-rendering. Because it is normal, we don't need in that continuous process after on click update button of update form, we have update form re-rendered. We have a post list re-rendering because of pending type of action. Post list re-rendering because of fulfilled. And 10, we have re-rendered post excerpt. We must render it post excerpt not only because of new post, but also because set show edit form. Because if we see update form, it must be rendered. If we don't see update form in post excerpt, it must be re-rendered. But waiting, here set show edit form happen before fulfilled, but waiting, and go in batch. And in batch would be changed from true to false. Here set as show edit form. Also edited post must be changed. And that two changes, post and show edit form, waiting one another, and together go in batch, changes in batch, and we have one rendered post excerpt, one rendered post excerpt component. Again, press on update button of update post form. Immediately happen re-rendering of update form. Why? Because we edited title and content is state of update form, local state. And the use state activate set state function, changes title and content, and it is reason for update form, for re-rendered update form. But after that, because of tongue function, which dispatch pending type action, it is reason for re-rendering post list. And after dispatch fulfilled type of action, it is reason for re-rendering post list. And also it is reason for re-rendering a post excerpt child of post list, but set show edit form waiting that moment. Who is first waiting for other? If dispatch update post happen first, but it is impossible. Set show edit form here, because there is a no await in front of the dispatch. Set show edit form continuously synchronize happened before dispatch, before action fulfilled, and waiting that fulfilled happen, and go new post updated post, go to batch, and together in batch changes, we have changes, and we have re-rendered for every post one time. We have two posts, we have two rendering of post excerpt. When I talk changes, we have a post list, what we see on the screen. And after update, we have updated post, only one post, like payload. At first, we have changes in a remote server and through request. And there is a response, and response data is that updated post. And that updated post coming in our application browser, and our script must manage that updated post, manage that we see that on the screen, and how manage it, use state, manage it, and we have changes happen global in post, and changes happen global by reducer, not user state. And when that changes happen in reducer, immediately is visible in post list. And that moment start re-rendering post list because of first dispatch type pending, action type pending, and after that coming action fulfilled. All that changes is global in and immediately visible in post list, and immediately go when fulfilled, when there is a new post, is visible in post excerpt, and post excerpt re-render it because of a new post, changes in post, and changes in set show edit form together in batch. That changes waiting together in batch to happen. Now, it is algorithm of behind scene algorithm who control that process. But thing is, it is true that we need rendering. How many rendering we have? It is okay. We don't know more, and we don't have less rendering. And on the screen, we see every changes without rendering more than we need. New terminal. I start again. I start again application. npm start server. Here it is. I go in Chrome. Here it is. Address. Loading. There is nothing. Okay, maybe I deleted it is 2 and for example three posts. I have 3 posts. I update when I F12. Okay, last rendering is post excerpt last rendering. And now when I click update, we have a post excerpt rendered. When I click here cancel, again post excerpt render immediately. But with cancel button, we change only show edit form. Go to false. Post excerpt rendered to number 2. Update, cancel, number 4. This process update, cancel, 6. Post excerpt rendering it is interesting that post excerpt update, cancel, update, it is one rendering, and the cancel is one rendering, and it is rendering only that post which update we clicked. It means number 10 is here. Now would be 11. Update 11 and cancel again 12. And now update, we have opened update form. And now I will click on update of update form. And update form, click. I have, after update form, update post form rendered. Update post form rendered because of title and content changes. And here is three posts in when tank dispatch pending type action. We have post like before, nothing happened, loading status and null error. But in fulfilled, we have again 3 posts, but one of them is edited. Fulfilled means status is succeed and error null. And look at here, post excerpt rendered 3 times. It means after update, we have update post form rendered, post list 2 times rendered. It is 1 times rendered. It is pending type. And second times rendering. Second time rendering. And 10, the post excerpt rendered 3 times for every post. It is post excerpt rendering complete post, array post. Because in post list, we declare array post. Array post, posts plural. And from that global changes of post array would be immediately visible in post list, and post excerpt always must re-render times how many posts exist. in that post array. Posts, post array, posts array. Uh, because that post from post list is we use map of that post array, always use map. And in arrow function, in body of arrow function is post excerpt. And the map of array post means so many times how many post singular members there is in array. And the post excerpt will repeat map method of post array will repeat here 3 times that loop because we have 3 posts. Big concentration. I spoke up again about what I spoke yesterday because I yesterday didn't analyze edit show edit form. Show edit form and that batch with show edit form with fulfilled type of action, fulfilled type of action. A lot of things here is visible. For example, child rendered before parents. But if there is no reason, for example, for action type pending, there is no changes in post, and there is no reason to change post excerpt component for post when it is same. But after fulfilled, we have post excerpt. And what can be confused here is why the post excerpt rendered, here it is last. Must be post list rendered last. Because post excerpt must be rendered first before parents post list. Also here we have update post form. Update post form is child of post excerpt, and it is rendered here, and it is visible. It is before post excerpt here. But reason for that is that fulfilled action must give a result. Fulfilled action, fulfilled type of action means that in a reducer there is a payload, and a reducer is in our application. It is not on remote server, it is our application. In reducer coming payload, but in reducer must happen the changes global state, and that changes if stay in global location in store, there is no impact on nothing in our component. Because of that, it is immediately, that changes global immediately reflected in changes in post list. And that changes in post list must be first to be visible to post excerpt. Post excerpt cannot be changed without post, but post must go first in post list. And when and what is process here in algorithm? It must happen that algorithm see data changes data in post list, but changes data in post list means rendering of post list. Means rendering. Without re-rendering, there is no data, there is no new data. And because of that, we have re-rendered, like here it is, fulfilled, succeed type rendered. Fulfilled. Happen here, real in a real situation, it happened before post-excerpt, but again, uh, but it means that post-excerpt must be rendered before parents, and it is not visible by order here, but it must be rendered before, because the post list without post-excerpt is empty. There is no changes. And because of that, we must know that, say yourself that, okay, post list is rendered, fulfilled rendered, and that rendered activate re-rendering of post excerpt, and after that, it was finished. It was finished post list. It was finished rendering of post list rendering, because it means that we have two times that we in below the post excerpt rendering, we have to have again post list rendered, but it is don't algorithm don't solve it in not waste resources, not does what we don't. And fact is that post-excerpt child rendered before parents, but fact is that reason for post-excerpt rendering coming from post-list, from parents. It means uh, parents component must have data for rendering child. Data. And after rendering child, it is finished of rendering post list. And post algorithm of this process of rendering work like that. Work like that. Control it like that. But without we have rendering below the post-excerpt rendering here, we know that finished post-list rendering is after finished post-excerpt rendering. Because without post-excerpt rendering, there is no post-list news in post-list. Only content on post-list is post-excerpt. And all what we see is inside post-excerpt. And post-excerpt must be rendered before, and after that finished process of rendering a post list. Finished process of rendering of post list. Okay, confusion. It produced big confusion. But when you're thinking now, what, because when we see post excerpt rendered last, and after that there is no post, there is no rendering of post list. But post list is here it is rendered before post excerpt. It is here in list, but that confusion I eliminate in my head that I thinking that, like I said, algorithm working with it, but must happen new data in post list. But the data in post list cannot be changed without rendering, and that rendering is here. Here it is. It is rendering. But after that, post except rendered. But we can set that that process of rendering, what control algorithm, uh, point end of rendering post list is below this post excerpt. And, but not all, uh, but we, and that end, I didn't know, I don't know where to write console log that I see that end, and not that not important for me. End of post list rendered is below the post excerpt render end, but not complete re-rendered. Here is a complete re-rendered, but that complete, there is an end, and that end is below the post excerpt rendered, but I cannot write it because I have not, mm, I don't know, but it is not interested. Now I resolve all confusion. There is no confusion. There is no more confusion. If you know somebody that needs video like that, send, message them, inform them, uh, uh, spoke about this video on your social network. If think that can be useful your friends, and if you like it. If you need it, subscribe to it. All that is your engagement in this video. All that helps to growing community around this video, and all that means growing to me in learning, in knowledge, and also all others who are part of this community. Thank you for watching this video. I hope confusion less and less in your work, in your process of learning, how my video goes ahead. Thank you for watching this video.